Tesla reported a $619.4 million loss today, its biggest ever. This comes after the company announced last month that they had made only 260 Model 3s, its more affordable electric vehicle, well short of the 1,500 model target for the 3 months ended Sept. 30, according to Reuters. Why it matters. Elon Musk said last month that the Model 3 is in production hell. Today the company announced that they hope to hit its goal of producing 5,000 Model 3s per week early next year instead of the end of this year. The nature of manufacturing challenges during a ramp such as this makes it difficult to predict exactly how long it will take for all bottlenecks to be cleared or when new ones will appear, the company said. Reports are unfolding about instances in which people took action in response to politically charged content they were exposed to on Facebook by Russian propagandists using fake accounts. A BuzzFeed report found that thousands of people marched in an anti-Trump rally that was promoted by Russia-linked accounts. A WSJ report Tuesday found that at least 60 politically charged Facebook events were created by Russian-backed accounts, with at least 22 of the events having actually taken place. A Daily Beast investigation last month found that Russians used Facebook events to organize an anti-immigration rallies in Idaho. Why it matters. In response to questions of Russian manipulation of its platform, Facebook has maintained that these efforts were not strategic and coordinated enough to have swayed opinion or intent. But evidence that people exposed to such content actually attended events suggests that the messages may have been more effective at influencing users. Apple CEO Tim Cook said Russia bot ads are only 0.1% of the issue with social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter. The bigger concern is that social media can be used to divide people and spread fake news to mass audiences, he said. One tax thing: corporate tax reform is sorely needed in this country. It should have been fixed years ago. But let's get it done now. Go deeper. Here are the Facebook ads Russia bought during the 2016 campaigns. British Defence Secretary Michael Fallon resigned today, per the BBC's Laura Kunsberg, one day after he apologised for inappropriately touching a journalist's knee in 2002. In announcing his resignation, Fallon stated that his past behaviour may have fallen short. But wait, the resignation of a key member of Prime Minister Theresa May's cabinet might only be the start of the tumult in Westminster. There is a growing cloud of sexual assault and harassment allegations hanging over MPs in London. A spreadsheet compiling allegations against 40 Conservative MPs is currently making the rounds. And earlier today, the London Evening Standard breaking a story earlier this afternoon about a Conservative aide allegedly being drugged in the House of Commons bar. The case for robots. We sat down this week with senior company executives from Deloitte, which sits in the don't worry camp. Eamon Kelly, a Deloitte futurist, gave the best case we have yet heard for that scenario. Kelly's argument: when technological disruption has happened, it has done the following three things: displaced people, augmented what people can do, and created a new art of the possible, including new work. For 2 centuries, catastrophe has been routinely forecast from new technology, but it's never happened because number 3 is massively bigger than number 1, Kelly said. On the diversity visa lottery program, all I know is you can't randomly select people without thorough vetting. Note the program includes a vetting process. Trump was voicing his frustration with lengthy process when he called the U.S. criminal justice system a joke. On 401 kiloseconds, Sanders dodged a question on whether the tax plan will eventually lower the caps for 401 kiloseconds. Does the administration believe slavery was wrong? It is disgusting and absurd to suggest anyone in this building supports slavery. What are Trump's flaws? Probably that he has to deal with you guys reporters on a daily basis. Note the question was asked of Sanders in response to her comment Tuesday that several American leaders including Washington, Kennedy and Roosevelt were flawed. Why it matters. Hiram Anderson, Endgame's lead data scientist, says Artemis screenshot above is a shortcut to closing the gap between inexperienced Tier 1 computer analysts and top-flight but comparatively few Tier 3 professionals who know the field. The volume of potentially malicious alerts is staggering, so a real threat can be lost in the noise, Anderson tells Axios. But by typing questions using natural English into Artemis, a relatively new cybersecurity analyst can conduct a sophisticated investigation of a vast computer system. Our customers are trying to protect their systems with limited resources, he said. Be smart. The yawning shortage of professionals, propelled by a wildly active hacking community, such as BodRabbit, the most recent ransomware attack, is global. There will be 3.5 million unfilled cybersecurity jobs by 2021, forecasts Cybersecurity Ventures, an industry newsletter. The labor shortage includes the West and on into India, Japan and China. The plan details expand access to medication-assisted therapies as well as addiction treatment and recovery programs. Make it easier for first responders to administer the overdose reversal drug, naloxone. Funding for a national media campaign. The Centers for Medicaid and Medicare to look at policies that make it easier for doctors to prescribe opioids instead of non-opioid alternatives. A simpler process for states to receive federal funding to combat the opioid crisis. Tougher requirements from the DEA for prescribers. More research funding. Better data from medical examiners.